Good morning, MPC. Good morning, Presidential Spokesperson, Attorney Harry Roque. Before we start, we'd like to welcome our visitors from Los Angeles, California. Good morning po, Spokes.
As well as from Bacolod. No?
From Bacolod. Good morning,
Okay.
sir.
Magandang umaga, Pilipinas, and good morning to the ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps. Good news Thursday. The President po will inaugurate the new airport terminal in Mactan, Cebu this afternoon. The Mactan Cebu International Airport Terminal 2 has a span of around 65,500 square meters and is designed to decongest air traffic in Cebu. Mabuting balita po yan para sa ating mga kababayang Cebuano at lahat po ng ating mga kababayan dyan sa Visayas region. More good news. Sang-ayon po sa Philippine Statistics Authority, ang employment rate ng bansa po natin as of April this year is at 94.5% or 40.9 million Filipinos po ngayon ang meron pong mga hanap buhay at trabaho. Ang unemployment po ay bumaba na to 5.5%. This is good news. This is the lowest recorded rate for all the April rounds of the labor force survey in the past decade. A third good news, the Nikkei Philippine Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index reported a growth of 53.7 for the month of May, which is higher compared to 52.7 in April. This makes the country the second best performer in the ASEAN region, next only to Vietnam, and fourth among the 18 Asian countries measured. The report noted the improved demand conditions, new business expansion, and increased purchasing activity. Questions, Malacañang Press Corps.
MPC. Question. First question. Cecil Larisabal from CNN.
Hello. Good morning, sir. Sir, the President mentioned yesterday that there will be radical changes happening in the government. Could you tell us more about what these radical changes are and how soon will it happen?
I have no idea what the radical changes as of yet are. However, as I mentioned in a radio interview earlier, the President reiterated that while we have been combating crime and prohibited drugs since day one of his administration, apparently we can do more. So yung kanyang sinabi po na abangan ang mga reforma, yan po ay dahil nais pa niyang paintingin ang gera laban sa kriminalidad at pinagbabawal na droga. Siguro po, kaya nga na-frustrate ang presidente, 2 prosecutors po ang napatay, isa po buntis pa, at may mga balita-balita rin po na pag-increase ng mga holdapan sa Metro Manila. No? So asahan niyo po na lalong paiintingin pa ang laban natin dito sa mga krimeneto at sa pinagbabawal na droga.
Follow-up, Cecil? None? Follow-up? Doon muna tayo sa radical changes. Chona, please. Mike, please. Chona, you.
Sir, what particular offices po yung that the President is eyeing na i-under sa Office of the President?
Wala pa po akong informasyon dyan. Naghiwalay na po kami ng Presidente as of parang 1:30 in the morning na kami naghiwalay. No? So ngayong hapon pa lang po kami magkikita sa inaugurasyon ng Cebu. But I intend to follow up. No? But I have been in contact with General Abayalde of the PNP this morning. And yun nga po, no? We are gearing up. We are doing better in the fight against criminality.
Question?
Sir, ito ba yung Bureau of Customs and Bureau of Internal Revenue? Kasi before, the President referred this to government offices as purgatorio. Yun yung term niya.
I will verify po. As I said, I have no information yet.
Still on crime campaign. Dexter?
Hi, sir. Good morning. Follow-up lang doon sa naunang tanong kanina na kasi nabanggit ng Pangulo na magde-declare siya ng national state of emergency. Napawalang bisa na po ba yung Proclamation number 55 noong 2016 declaring national state of emergency?
Well, Dexter, I think the President just wants to emphasize that there will really be serious efforts to deal with the recent spate of criminality. Pero we're still under martial law. And under the powers of the President as Commanders-in-Chief, tatlo po yan, calling out, suspension of the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus, and declaration of martial law. he has exercised already the most intrusive of all powers of the president as commander-in-chief, which is still in place.
But martial law is in Mindanao lang po.
Ha?
Ang martial law ay sa Mindanao lang po, sir.
I don't think so. Hindi, I mean, ano bang sinasabi mo? Hindi ko maintindihan.
September 2016, nag-declare si Pangulong Duterte ng state of national emergency sa whole country. And then it was followed by declaring martial law in Mindanao.
No, but what I'm saying nga is the president has already said that he will intensify the fight against crime. So what is your question?
Kasi you mentioned na we are still under the martial law, sinabi niyo po kanina. So ibig bang sabihin, magma-martial law sa buong Mindanao? Ay, sa buong Pilipinas? Sir, you mentioned in your reply
Let
that
me,
we are
let
under
me clarify.
martial law.
Okay, let me clarify now. The state of national emergency,
Up to the Davao bombing, sir.
alam mo,
September
naguguluhan
4.
ako dyan. Let me be clear. I will issue a statement on that. Let me check the dates muna, ha? Let me be clear, okay? Baka magkamali, okay?
So clarification lang, sir, you mentioned kasi na we are still under the martial law.
There's
Ibig
still
niyo bang
martial law in
sabihin,
Mindanao, di ba?
Mindanao, not
Oo,
the whole
oo.
country.
There's still martial law in Mindanao. I don't know why there's an issue actually. What is the issue?
You just said, sir, kasi we are,
in
the country is
Mindanao.
still under the martial law.
No,
kasi
there's
the
still
country-
martial law in Mindanao. Ano ka ba? Di ba? Hindi ko maintindihan. What's the controversy there? Okay.
Okay.
Hindi, kasi nung tinanong ko, sir, na, kasi yung tanong ko kanina is...
Okay, wala nang misunderstanding. The
Yeah, yung speech, yung sa...
is in Mindanao, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Dahil doon sa speech kasi ng Pangulo nung pagdating niya, sinabi niya na...
Okay,
he will
state
be
of national
placing-
emergency. That's why I will clarify the status of the 2016 proclamation. Okay, I will issue a statement. Let's issue a statement this afternoon. Okay.
So
Thank you,
just
sir.
wait for this
Okay,
statement.
yes.
Ace, sa criminality pa rin. Mike, please.
Secretary, what did the President mean when he said there's no difference between the national emergency and martial law?
I do not know. I'll have to check with him because perhaps he was referring to the fact that these are both powers of the president as commander-in-chief and that they both entail the military taking on active role in what is purely civilian, no? Because the calling out powers is when you call out the armed forces of the Philippines and not just rely on civilian institutions such as the Philippine National Police.
He described the emergency, state of emergency as meager. What did he mean by that? Is he seeking more powers? Because he described it as meager.
Well, I do not know actually what he meant by meager, but as I said earlier, as far as the powers of the president are concerned, as commander-in-chief, the least intrusive is a state of national emergency. That could be what he meant by meager in terms of exercise of extraordinary powers. It is the least of the three powers that the president can exercise.
Thank you, Secretary.
Okay. Questions about criminality, radical changes, or other matters? Okay. Okay. Cecil.
Sir, meron 2018 Global Peace Index showing that the Philippines is among the least peaceful in Asia. What can you say about this? What do you think were the lapses and what are the things that we should work on?
I haven't seen that study. Maybe I would like to see that study first before I could comment on it. But seems to me that the president recognizes the room for improvement as far as the fight against criminality is concerned, and hence his latest pronouncement 2 nights ago or the night before. Next
Okay.
question, please.
Thank you, Cecil. More questions? Other matters tayo? O, yun pa rin. Okay, other matters. Maricel?
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, Senator Bam Aquino is saying that the president is giving mixed signals in terms of the anti-corruption drive of the administration because of some recycled cabinet appointees. Like some of them were already fired and are reappointed, like Peter Lavinia and other officials. What's the explanation of Malacañang?
In the
with
first
regards to
place,
this?
it's political season, obviously. Expect more statements like this from those seeking re-election. No? But as far as the president is concerned, he has fired more than 20, all of whom are very close to him. We let the people be the judge in this regard. Malinaw na malinaw po ang kampanya ni Presidente laban sa katiwalian. Mahigit 20 na pong nasisante, lahat po napakalapit sa kanya. Totoo po, may ilan na mga na-reappoint, pero sa aking bilang po, 3 lang po yan. Sa mahigit na 20. So sa akin po, hindi naman po tama yan, pero dahil siyempre po, eleksyon na, asahan natin yung mga re-electionista na magbibigay ng ganitong mga pananalita. Alam nyo naman, kinakailangan mapalagay sa isipan ng taong bayan.
Pero sir, ito pong mga na-fire and na-reappoint, these are the appointees na na-clear na yung name. Is that it?
Hindi ko po alam. Appointment is an executive prerogative. So as far as Pompi Lavinia is concerned, nasa presidente po yan. Ang naisip ko lang naman talaga, actually ngayon, dalawa si Faeldon at saka si Pompi Lavinia, no? So, si Faeldon naman po, hindi malinaw kung talaga siya ay sinisante. There was just a clamor for him to be removed. But the president never lost trust and confidence in Mr. Faeldon. That's what I know. As far as Mr. Lavinia is concerned, that's really his prerogative. There was an investigation. He was removed. But the president saw it, made a decision to reappoint it. So be it.
And included din, sir, si Miss Melissa Avancenia Ardanas. She used to be one of the commissioners of...
That's true. So
Yeah.
my count is wrong. I should make it 3.
Okay. And I understand, sir, that you mentioned before na bahala na yung ombudsman in terms of filing cases dun sa
Yes.
mga na-fire na
Yes.
officials. But on the part of Malacañang, are there any efforts to run after yung mga nasasante na officials to look into their liabilities?
Well, meron pong presidential anti-PACC, no? Anti-corruption commission, no? At inaasahan po namin sila na bukod pa po doon sa mga caseload na namana nila dito sa Deputy Executive Secretary for Legal Affairs na mga reklamo laban sa mga executive agencies, that they will also take steps to make sure that the process in the ombudsman should move. Lilinawin ko lang po kasi yung mga rangko ng mga tinanggal ng presidente, dahil sila po yung mga presidential appointees, nasa jurisdiction po talaga yan ng Sandigan Bayan. And that is why the preliminary investigation must be conducted in the ombudsman. Pwede po na mag-imbestiga ang ordinaryong pulis, pero madodoble po ang effort dahil talaga pong hindi naman tatanggapin yan ng Sandigan Bayan kung ordinaryong piskal lang ang nag-preliminary investigation. Kinakailangan po talaga ombudsman.
Okay. Thank you, Maricel. Okay na tayo sa appointments. Any follow-up? Wala na sa appointment. A follow-up, Rose?
Regarding lang po kay Sir Lavinia, alam niyo po ba yung rason kung bakit nilipat from tourism to agriculture?
That's an executive prerogative po.
Pero may kinalaman po ba to sa binigay na power
Hindi po siya
kay...
lilipat from agriculture. Galing po siya sa SSS.
No, yung pong appointment papers today na release lang po
Bago.
today.
Sino to? From tourism.
From the OT.
He was transferred from tourism to agriculture.
And
Yes.
why?
Hindi ko po alam pa. Hindi ko nga alam na meron But wala sa EDSA
Pero
yan.
sir, di po ba to give, bigyan po ng pagkakataon si Tourism Secretary na mamili ng mga USEC and ASEC, yun po ba ang dahilan?
That's part of it, no? Dahil hiningi rin ni Secretary Puyat yung resignation ng lahat ng USEC, no?
Thank you, Rose. Still on appointment. Follow-up, Chona. Bago tayo mag-shift sa other matters. Kay Julie.
Sir, paano niyo po maipapaliwanag sa taong bayan, paano babalansin yung policy ni Presidente na small whiff of corruption, tapos panay naman ang reappoint doon sa mga natatanggal? Paano niyo po
Ayun, tatlo
ipapaliwanag
naman
yun sa
yan,
taong
hindi
bayan?
naman panayan. 20 cases, 3.
So paano niyo po yun, sir, ipapaliwanag sa taong
Wala,
bayan?
exception. It is not the rule, it is an exception to the rule.
Okay na, Chona. Okay, okay na tayo sa appointments. Other matters. Julie?
Sir, regarding yung sa statement ni President Duterte nung last Tuesday night, he said that he wasn't aware na may harassment nung sa resupply mission ng Philippine Navy sa Iungin. Whereas sabi ni SFA, na brief niya si Presidente about the incident. Paano po mare-reconcile yun? Was he briefed or not? Aware ba siya or hindi?
I will have to go by what the President says. You heard what he said. I'm the spokesperson. I can't say anything else other than what the President has said.
Pero are you aware, sir, if SFA did brief him?
I go by what the President says, please.
Okay na, June. Follow up,
On that,
Cecil.
sir, ibig sabihin, the president has not been cleared about this because he doesn't know about this.
You heard what he said. I can't contradict the President's statement being his spokesperson.
Other issues? In connection with that, Ate Rose, other matters, okay. Sandra, Ate Rose. Sandra.
Although, what I will do is, I will also talk to him kasi medyo nahihirapan siya makadinig nung gabing yun, no? I've had to translate all the questions, and I think itong ayungin, na-translate ko ba? A bit, pero baka hindi malinaw, so I will clarify this afternoon in the inauguration of the Cebu Airport.
Okay.
Which
Thank you, sir.
brings me, sir, how is the President, ano po status ng health niya? I understand he threw up while in the plane.
This has been a recurring problem of the President. Nagkakaroon siya ng matinding migraine from time to time. He says this is related to an earlier motorcycle accident that he suffered, but it comes and goes, no? And I know many people with problems with migraine. Talagang yan daw po ang nature ng problema sa migraine. But of the many trips I've been with the President, this is the first time he had a migraine attack in the plane, which is why, if I need to share you this information, he even asked me to to formally apologize to the passengers on the commercial flight na hindi makakaikot si Presidente kasi customary niya yon na umiikot siya, kumakamay-kamay sa mga pasahero sa eroplano na hindi niya nagawa dahil nga dun sa migraine. No? But I think it's the first time I saw him suffer from this migraine, no? And yes, sinabi naman niya na he was sick on the flight because of the migraine.
Okay.
Otherwise, his health is good. It's the first time I saw him suffer from a migraine, and I've gone on at least 6 or 7 trips with him.
Sir, since the health of the President is very important, in the past, no, na experience ko, ibang presidente, they would have annual executive checkup and it would be made public, no, the results. Siya po ba, nakapag-undergo na po ba? And anything that the public should know about the President kung meron po ba siyang iba pang iniindang sakit?
Well, I'll inquire if he has had an annual checkup, and I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you, Sandra. Ate Rose Novenario from Hata. Welcome back.
Hi. Good morning, sir. Sir, may announcement kayo na sinibak na si PhilHealth Interim President Celestina de la Serna, pero nananatili pa rin po siyang board member ng PhilHealth. Kung under investigation po siya, bakit po nakapwesto pa rin siya dun sa ahensyang di umano'y kinasangkutan niya sa mga anomalya? Ano po yung wisdom dito?
Ika-clarify ko po yan dahil actually pati si Executive Secretary, of course we have a vetting system, no? And he has had to clarify later on that she remains a member of the board. However, as you know, GOCC has a policy that all appointees to GOCC's terms expire on the 30th of June automatically, no? Unless reappointed, no? So let's see what happens in the 30th of June.
So, hihintayin pa po natin. Kasi
Well,
kung
I will
fired,
also-
di ba automatic yun lahat ng pwesto
I will
fired?
seek clarification, pero yun nga po, no? The paper was to replace her as OIC, no? But I'm clarifying this point, and I'm just restating the rule that as of the policy is every June 30, all GOCC appointees are deemed terminated.
Pero tuloy po yung investigation sa kanya.
Ang alam ko po, at ito po talaga is matter of fact naman, there was an investigation and there was a recommendation made.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ate Rose. Henry?
Sir, magandang tanghali na po sa inyo.
Yes.
Kaklaruhin ko lang po, yung tungkol sa martial law. Ang martial law ay sa buong Mindanao lang.
Okay. Yes, in Mindanao.
Okay. At napag-uusapan ho ba sa palasyo, sa Executive Department, sa inyo ng Pangulo, ang pagdideklara ng martial law sa buong bansa?
Ay, hindi po. Martial law po is Mindanao. If at all, yun nga po ika-clarify ko, yung state of national emergency, kung ito'y nasuspindi na at kinakailangan pa magdeklara for the whole Philippines. Kaya nga po sabi ko po, bago kayo dumating, mag-i-issue ako ng statement just to check on the state of national emergency.
So wala pong plano ang Pangulo na magdeklara ng martial law sa buong bansa?
Ang sabi po niya, possibly state of national emergency. Sinabi po niya sa speech niya, pero ang i-check ko nga lang po kasi meron ng earlier at titignan ko po kung kinakailan pa mag-impose ng bago. That's why I will issue a statement this afternoon.
So, ang posible lang ay national emergency, not martial law.
Yun po ang sinabi ni Mr. President. Pero of course, if there are legal and factual basis, that's in the Constitution. Pero dun sa konteksto ng speech po niya, ang binanggit niya ay state of national emergency, which is the least intrusive of the three powers of the President as Commander-in-Chief.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Henry. In connection with that, okay, si Ate Rose. Martial law? Okay.
Ay sir, follow up lang po. Ano po yung kasalukuyang sitwasyon sa bansa para po nagbigay daan sa pahayag na yun ng presidente dahil
Rose.
pati po human rights advocates kanyang binabalaan eh.
Naisagot ko na yan bago kayo dumating. No? Ulitin ko lang po. No? Siguro po nababahala si Presidente doon sa mga reports na parang lumalaganap na naman ang krimen. May 2 po tayong prosecutors na napatay, kasama na po yung isang buntis na prosecutor. Nakikiramay po kami sa mga pamilya ng mga prosecutor. Ito nga pala pong lady prosecutor, naku, kakilala ko pa pala po yan, daughter-in-law ng aking kaibigan na si Netanyahu. At bukod pa po dyan, maraming napapabalitang mga holdapan na nangyayari ngayon, at maraming mga bagong schemes daw na nagiging biktima yung mga motorista natin. So yan po ang dahilan kung bakit sinasabi po ng Pangulo na paiintingin pa ang laban natin dito sa kriminalidad nito.
Sir, 2 years na po yung administrasyon. Ano po yung assessment natin sa criminality dahil isa po ito sa 3 kampanyang tinatambol ng Pangulo magmula nung siya yung nangangampanya, anti-criminality, anti-drugs, anti-corruption. Pero po mukhang hindi po yata nare-reach pa yung kanyang target hanggang itong second year na ng kanyang administrasyon.
Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, sabihin na lang natin na naniniwala ang Presidente na there's still a room for improvement. Bagamat kung titignan naman natin yung datos, talagang bumaba. Yung last indication, bumaba talaga yung lahat ng crimes dito sa ating bayan. Pero nahabag talaga ang Presidente dito sa mga balitang ito. Tingin ko talagang pinakanahabag siya doon sa balita na buntis, sinaksak ng isang drug addict. Sa mulat mula, ito naman ang sinasabi ng Presidente, nasan yung mga human rights sa kasong gaya na ito? Na sinaksak ang isang 5 buwan na buntis na prosecutor, na isang drug addict. O bakit wala tayo naririnig ngayon sa mga human rights? Kaya ang sabi nga niya, paintingin niya ang kampanya laban sa kriminalidad, paintingin pa niya ang laban dito natin, gera laban sa pinagbabawal na gamot.
Ano po yung utos niya sa PNP ngayong tumataas na naman yung crime rate? Katulad
tingin ko
niyan.
po, makipag-ugnayan muna. Chinek ko po kay General Albayalde, kanina umaga lang, kung meron ng mandato ng bago. Sabi niya nag-aantay din siya dahil narinig din niya, nandun siya sa airport. At tingin ko, pagpupulungan yan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Salamat
last 2
po.
questions. Hannah, other matters, shift tayo sa ibang topic. Hannah, Cecil.
Hi, Secretary.
Last
Good
na
morning. Sir, ano pong take ng Palace na after nung sinabi nag-apologize po si President Duterte to Secretary Bongo dun sa feud ni Chris Aquino and ASEC Mocha Uson, at sinabi din, in-announce yesterday ni Secretary Bongo na mag-apologize si ASEC Mocha pero hindi po niya ginawa. Ano pong take ng Palace natin?
I defer to Sap Bongo completely on this matter kasi siyang sumagot So he's privy to information on this that I'm not. So please ask Secretary Bongo.
Sir, sa inyong palagay, sir, asset po ba or liability si ASEC Mocha?
Well, ang sinagot po ni Sap Bongo, no comment. I don't see any reason why I should deviate from that. As I said, please verify or get the opinion of Sap Bongo because the information came from him.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Hannah. Cecil, also on Chris and ASEC Mocha? ASEC, okay.
Yeah. Sir, would you know if there was an order coming from the President or instruction? Was there a defiance on the part of ASEC Mocha Uson? Should she be sanctioned?
Cecil, I will repeat. The information came from Sap Bongo. Please direct all queries on this regard to Sap Bongo. I was not privy to information in this regard, on this issue.
Okay. One last. About ASEC Mocha and Chris Aquino. Sandra.
Rephrase ko lang, makasagutin mo, sir. Does she still have the trust and confidence of the President?
She hasn't been fired.
Meaning?
For as long as she hasn't been fired, she enjoys trust and confidence because all presidential appointees serve at the pleasure of the President.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson. Any more question? None?
Wala bang sasama sa inyo sa Cebu? Nandun na. Okay, ako hahabol pa lang. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Spokesperson, Presidential
See you
Spokesperson.
on Monday.
Harry Roque.
Thank you.
Thank you, MPC. Back to main studios of Channel 4, PTV4, and Radyo Pilipinas.